Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Securing Your Home Network. In this video, I'm going to be going over your WPA. Now, I'm going to be doing basically the same way I did WEP, and it'll both include WPA and WPA2, so I'll be talking for both of them in this video. So let's get on to the history of WPA. Alright, going off for the history of WPA. Now, this was created in 2003 and was designed to replace WEP. This was often referred to as the draft IEEE 82.11n. I got to put the I in. And this was also the intern measure to WPA2. So basically making the transition from WEP to WPA2. And the Wi-Fi cards that could only support WEP could support WPA2 through a firmware upgrade. Alright, starting with the encryption protocol for WPA. The encryption protocol is called TKIP. This stands for Temporal Key Integrity Protocol. This is a 128-bit encryption, which is much more better than the 64-bit or 104-bit that WEP uses, which can be easily bypassed and cracked. The encryption key is also dynamic. And in case you're wondering what dynamic means, it basically means it changes. So I'm going to put this as an example here. Say if I was sending packets between my laptop to the router, which goes out to the internet, each key would be different each packet that is sent out. So this basically means it uses a little bit more power, but not near as much. Unless if you're using a very old wireless card, which has been upgraded via firmware. And that's basically it for the TKIP section. Now, the next section I want to go over is the algorithm called Michael. And there's also another protocol that is called Message Integrity Check. This was to replace the CRC checksum 32, which, if you remember right, kept all the data very good in terms of integrity. But with the CRC checksum 32, it lacked a lot of strength. So the MAC and Michael have definitely fixed that. Some of the flaws now in WPA represent with WPS. This would not be recommended due to it could be easily bypassed if done incorrectly. And there was another flaw with WPA which I recently found, which I actually found very interesting. It relied on the same weakness that WEP had. So basically it suffered from reinjection and also spoofing. I'll go over reinjection later on in this line of videos. Continuing on with the flaws of WPA. Now, like I said with WPA earlier, that it did have more power requirements for older Wi-Fi cards. Now, this flaw was discovered when it first came out, like I said, with the similar weakness with WEP, with reinjection and spoofing. And why am I even saying this again? I tell you, doing videos late at night, usually not a good idea because I am falling asleep right now. So, but one of the flaws that I found very interesting, that a certain flaw could allow a DDoS attack. And in case you wonder what you're about DDoS, forget about the stuttering and all that. I'm just tired. But DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service. This basically means you can take down the whole entire network. This could happen if the layers of security could be bypassed. But this would take a lot of skill from the hacker. And also, that's it for the flaws of WPA. Let's get moving on to WPA2. Alright, going over WPA2 now. There's not much to go over, it's just a major improvement over WPA. So just going off with the history, which is extremely brief, it was developed in September of 2004 and was basically made to replace WPA. Go figure. Now, some of the organs that WPA2 uses, that it utilizes AES. This stands for encrypt and blah. I cannot talk tonight. Do you realize this? I cannot talk tonight. Ugh. Like I said, I'm also tired. But AES stands for Advanced Encryption Standard. Now, one thing I like about WPA2 is you can use both TKIP and AES, depending on what router you have. And it also is backwards compatible with TKIP in case you don't have a Wi-Fi card that's capable of AES, which I should figure out why some people still don't have the newer Wi-Fi cards, which are really nice. And it just offers stronger security. Another protocol is CCMP. If you want to know what that stands for, go Google it. And of course, I have it in my outline, and it is called the Counter Cipher Mode Protocol. This was a data encryption protocol which basically replaces Stream Cipher RC4 and also the MIC, or whatever you want to call it. And it also offers much more encryption strength compared to the Stream Cipher RC4, which is basically what I've mentioned several times in this video. Yeah. I'm definitely not going to put much more effort into this video for the night. I've been up too long. I've been up since 9 a.m. on the 7th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, some of the flaws with WPA2 is it can be hacked using a brute force attack, but it would take quite a bit of time depending on how long your password is and what settings you have. Then the next one is called the Whole 196. This is basically meaning when there are malicious insiders inside your system, they could easily spoof the Wi-Fi packets, in terms meaning making it easy to compromise the wireless local area network, or WLAN for short. Alright, so here's the question for you guys. What is better, WPA or WPA2? We should know the answers to that one. WPA2. The reason why is because it offers the best security, very hard to hack. It can utilize both AES and TKIP at the same time depending on the router and firmware, and also it is the current standard. Now there are different types of modes for WPA2, which is personal and also enterprise, if I'm not mistaken, but I will cover that later on in this series if requested. I'm just basically doing the basics so I can give you guys the heads up on what's been going on. Alright, so you now have the basic overall meaning of WPA and also WPA2. And as a final note, in case you're wondering what WPA stands for, it stands for Wi-Fi Protected Access, or Wireless Protected Access, or however you want to say it. So I hope this video has been very informative, and I do apologize for all the studying I've been having tonight in this video. It is going on at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up for well over 15 hours. So, yeah. I would definitely recommend doing further research to better understand yourself, since I'm only doing the basics. Please don't forget to rate this video and also subscribe to this channel, as I will have more videos coming out later this month. Thank you.